Hey, how you doing? Um, so a website, Bleacher Report, has was making up trades. Um, just what would be good for teams to make a trade. And the trade for the Detroit Lions was that they would get Payne from Washington, who is an interior lineman tackle on the defense, and he last year had a really good season. Um, it was reported on another website that he only had four and a half sacks, but I've checked on two different websites and it said he had 11 and a half sacks last year. So that's a pretty good season for him. I think he batted down a bunch of passes too, and I guess he's really good against the run. So the report said, what would the Lions have to give back to get him? And they thought if they gave Michael Brocker and a second round pick, that they would be able to trade to get Payne. I just said that he's a pretty good player. I don't know what his cap hit is this year, and I don't know what his cap hit's going to be going forward because he's a free agent at the end of the season. And the issue right now with him, the reason why they think he's going to get traded is because Washington has so many good players at his position that they think he's not going to be signed after next season when he becomes a free agent. So that would be, I think, a good trade for the Detroit Lions. I know everyone's like, oh, draft capital, we can't give up a second round pick. Well, I don't know if there's been too many teams that have gone to a Super Bowl that every single guy on the team got drafted by the team. I don't think that happens very much. I think at some point you have to bring in players. He's 25 years old, Payne. I think that, he's still got lots left in him. And if he was signed to a 3-year contract. But again, it all comes down to the cap space. The Lions again have 2 first-round draft picks. They have 2 second-round draft picks. So that's 4 picks that are going to cost money. And the other thing is, it's just right now, it's fit. I hear Lions fans, trade for this guy, do this. Cap space is going to be a major factor. It's good that we've got guys that were on the team last year that did half decently well, and they said they want to come back for less money. Well, that's good. That's going to help. But at some point, you run out of cap room. If you just can't, this isn't like a video game where you can just take off, where you can press, I don't want a cap, and then you can just go and sign as many guys as you want and make crazy trades and stuff. The other trade that I don't know how much fruition this trade has either. It's been mentioned a lot on different websites and stuff that the Lions may trade to get Jalen Ramsey. Now, if they traded for Jalen Ramsey, they would have to, in the trade Jeff Okura with them. Like, trade the other way. That's the only way it's going to fit in the cap. There might be other players or there might be draft picks, but they're going to have to trade Okura to make that work. And I don't have a problem with that. The guy's never healthy. But the problem is you have to, again, cap space. I think this is going to be a really good off-season for the Lions, that there's going to be a lot of movement, maybe with players, and maybe we'll sign some people. And we're going to get 2 first-round draft picks. We're going to get good players. But the fact of the matter is, you can't fit everybody under the cap. And if we could get Ramsey, that'd be great. It's a shutdown corner with one of your first-round draft picks or one of your 2 second-round picks. You take a corner, so you have a shutdown corner on the other side, Ramsey on the other side. That fixes your problems. You got Jerry Jacobs still back there. I think is good. And I think the rest of the corners are terrible. You could draft another corner. You could sign a low-level corner that's, and you just revamped your secondary. Walker's coming back. That's going to help out. If we can fit Payne and Jalen Ramsey under the salary cap, it makes your team a lot better. You got two guys that are coming in that are good players, studs, and you got Hutch. You got Houston that you hope's going to still be good. Lions need linebacker help though. I like Malcolm. I like Anzalonia, Thor, but they need to get another guy back there, and that's going to be going to need to be a first-round draft pick or a second-round draft pick probably, because they need help back there on the linebacking core. But these trades will affect the cap space, and it'll affect how good this team is, because we bring in those two players. They're really good players, and it'll help our defense a lot, and that's what we need. We need to get a better defense. Payne to me is a good player, but if he's only going to be here for 1 year, is it worth a second-round draft pick? So you're going to have some guarantees. You're going to have to talk to him before the trade or something and say, you know what, can we sign you to a long-term contract, or can we work on something, or at least have a deal in place or something before you waste a second-round draft pick on a guy. I think he's a great player. I think he would help this team a lot. Jalen Ramsey also would help this team a lot, but you got to fit them under the cap, and that's going to be a problem with the Lions. I think they free up some cap room. Next year, I think it gets a little bit better, but they've got a lot of guys, and people are happy that we got 2 first-round draft picks, but you got to pay first-round draft picks every year. It's not, I'm like Williamson. He doesn't get paid less because he's our second first-round pick. He gets paid as a first-round draft pick. So, I mean, all these draft picks have been great, and they've helped this team immensely. But you got to start bringing in guys that are going to round out the roster that's going to be able to help them, and we've got to get better players. We've got to start upgrading. Plain and simple. All right, God bless. Have a good day. Excited to watch the football games today, because I like playoff football, and really excited that the Lions are hopefully going to have some hope for next season, and that's what Lions fans have been wanting forever and a day with this team, is hope, and we'll finally have some. All right, God bless.